everyone. We are here for part 5 of the Pacifist run. Now, there's two things to note about Impact Man. The first thing is he has one of the few weapons that are particularly useful to deal with stages because he essentially gives you an air dash. You just have to watch out about the offensive capabilities of that air dash. But the second thing is, when I first thought about doing a Pacifist run, this stage was more than any other, was the one that scared me a bit. And the reason for that is because you have a lot of barriers that I would consider more along the lines of enemies because they're electrified. And not only that, but you've got cases where you have enemies and barriers edge guarding. And what I mean when I say that is you try to get there, and what ends up happening is it knocks you off that edge, and you just end up in a pit. Oh, there's no way to get around that. So we tank a couple hits where we need to. And we'll take advantage of the barrier. If we had tried to do this stage first, with 0 items, 0 robot master weapons, this stage would be impossible. I know this because I tried. I looked for different ways to deal with the situation, and it just didn't work. But that's all right. So this that you see on the right side is exactly what I'm talking about. You have a pit of spikes, and you have a barrier that is seemingly meant to knock you into those spikes. Not only that, but we're going to get rushed by this pickaxeman. So we will take the hits where they come. And keep moving. And speaking of, oh, are you really going to hit me from up here? Yes, you are. So unsaid, whoop. That's quite a pain. That is quite a pain of a cycle. Unsaid in this was the fact that I used another half guard, and considering that my life is at half now, I think you can understand why I went ahead and did that. I would not be surprised if we end up using an E-tank by the end of this. So these are actually pieces of Impact Man. Oh! That are burrowing through. Impact Man is meant to be a construction robot, so that's part of the why. Alright, so for something like this, we're just going to go ahead and take the hits as they come. Actually, we'll just jump down. And take the first hit. Give myself a little time to think. Alright, get closer. Alright, we will have to take another hit. Speaking of which, that's probably what I should have done the last time with the pickaxe man, use the speed gear. Sometimes you don't think about using the speed gear. I know it looks like I use it a lot, but when you don't think about it, sometimes this is what happens. Speed gear. Cannot get past, there might be a chance. It's a very slim chance. Nope, can't get past that. That's alright. We'll just take that hit. And use the barrier. But make sure to make it disappear before we fall. More barriers before the mini boss. Again, that looks like it's going to be a minimum of 2 hits. Probably closer to 3 though. So we will see if Rush can give us a head start. He still allows us to take that hit, but we at least keep it at 2 hits. So that is how you take care of a mini boss. You get a few minuscule power-ups. Our barrier looks like it needs a little bit of help. Alright, now we're definitely at barrier section. Again, just imagine all this. I did that slide in particular to avoid. Oh! Accidentally called Rush. That barrier makes things so much easier. Let's race through so that I don't hit him. And we have we're gonna deal with that. We're gonna take another required hit to get out of that. Now they combine everything. So it's not as simple as it was before. Now you will start dealing with the Impact Man part of it. I'll go ahead and wait here. The odd part about the speed gear upgrade that I took is that it makes some of these actually more difficult to dodge. But fortunately, it does take care of some of the issues. Are we going back for that E-Tank? We're not going back for that E-Tank. We may end up using an E-Tank, but we're not going to go back for that E-Tank. Alright, so we're going to use the speed gear and just get out of there. Alright, so this is going to be a pretty long fall. Actually, I thought it was going to be a longer fall. Alright, we're going to take a moment and go ahead and use the W tank so we hit the weakness back, and go ahead and use the E tank. Because between you and me, I want out of this level. This level is a mess, and there's really 2 levels that are like this: Impact Man and Bounce Man. You'll see what happens with Bounce Man. Bounce Man, route running is almost impossible because of the way that the physics work in that level. Oh, let me. Thank you. Oh, watch out. Almost ready. And done. Man, that fight sure left an impact on me. Ugh, I feel terrible for even saying that. I did resist the hot pun earlier. I think I just lost the rest of my viewers with that one. That's alright, you know what you were getting into. So, the weapon that we get for this is the pile driver. It essentially gives you a dash that can go in midair or on the ground. We're not going to test it, but when you use the power gear, it allows you to go even further. So, we made it through that level. I'm not going to pretend that that was the pinnacle of gaming. There were a lot of hits in that level. However, there was a time when I wondered whether that level was even possible to accomplish. So I'm glad we made it through. And the only one to fear at that point is Bounce Man. So we have the weaknesses of two of the remaining three robot masters. And I would like you to guess in the comments section which one will be the next run. See if you can guess before the next video comes out, because obviously once it comes out, we can tell if you knew in advance. So until then, I will see you guys later.